Listen to me very carefully. I am about to tell you something that could protect your retirement, or if you ignore, could destroy everything you have worked your entire life to build. We are in the middle of a financial shift that most people are not paying attention to. And the people getting hurt the most are retirees. People who thought they did everything right. People who saved, who invested in their 401k, who trusted the system. But the system is changing, and if you do not adapt right now, you are going to pay the price. Before I get into the details, I need you to do something for me. Hit that subscribe button right now. Smash the like button. This channel exists to give you the truth about money. The kind of truth that Wall Street does not want you to hear. And if you are serious about protecting your wealth, become a member of this community. We need every single person watching this to be part of the conversation. Now, let me tell you what is happening. I have spent decades building businesses, investing in markets, sitting on Shark Tank telling entrepreneurs what works and what is not. I know how money moves. I know when something smells wrong. And right now, I am telling you, the financial environment we are in is dangerous for retirees. Here is why your dollars are losing value every single day. Inflation is not some abstract concept that economists talk about on cable news. It is real. It is eating away at your purchasing power. That money you save for 30 or 40 years, it buys less today than it did last year. And it is going to buy even less next year. The government keeps printing money like it grows on trees. And every time they do that, your savings get weaker. But here's what really makes me angry. The financial advisors, the big banks, they are still telling retirees to sit tight. They are telling you to keep your money in bonds, in cash, in the same old strategies that worked in the 1980s and 90s. But this is not the 1980s. This is not the 9s. The rules have changed. And if you're following old advice, you are going to get crushed. I am going to be very blunt with you. If you are retired or close to retirement, and you do not have gold in your portfolio, you are making a massive mistake. Gold is not some relic from the past. It is not something your grandfather bought because he did not understand modern finance. Gold is the only asset that has survived every economic crisis in human history. Every single one. When currencies collapse, gold holds its value. When governments make bad decisions, gold protects you. When inflation runs wild, gold is your shield. Think about what happened during the financial crisis. Stocks crashed, real estate crashed, people lost their homes, their retirement accounts got cut in half. But gold went up. It protected the people who were smart enough to own it. And right now, we are heading into another storm. I can see it coming. The warning signs are everywhere. We have got national debt that is out of control. We have got interest rates that the Federal Reserve is playing games with. We have got geopolitical tensions all over the world. And in the middle of all this chaos, retirees are sitting there with portfolios full of paper assets that could evaporate overnight. Let me explain something about gold that most people do not understand. Gold is not an investment. It is insurance. When I talk to people about gold, they always ask me, what is the return going to be? How much am I going to make? And I tell them, you are asking the wrong question. The question you should be asking is, how do I protect what I already have? Because if you lose your retirement savings, you do not get a do-over. You do not get another 40 years to build it back up. This is it. This is your one shot, and you need to protect it like your life depends on it. Because it does. I'm not saying you should sell everything and buy gold bars and bury them in your backyard. I am not some crazy survivalist. I am a businessman. I understand diversification. But what I am saying is this. If you do not have at least 10 to 20% of your portfolio in physical gold or gold-related assets, you are taking a huge risk. You are gambling with your future. And the house always wins when you gamble. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, Kevin. I have heard this before. People have been saying the economy is going to collapse for years. And you are right. There are a lot of fearmongers out there. But I am not one of them. I do not make money by scaring you. I make money by being right. And I am telling you, as someone who has built wealth across multiple economic cycles, The environment we are in right now is different. The levels of debt, the amount of money printing, the instability in global markets. This is not normal. This is not a drill. Let me break down exactly what is happening to your money right now and why the traditional retirement playbook is obsolete. When you're tired or when you are planning to retire, you probably had a simple plan. Maybe you have got a mix of stocks and bonds. Maybe you have got some money in a savings account. Maybe you are collecting Social Security and you thought, I did everything right. I saved. I was disciplined. I should be fine. But here's the problem. The financial system you built your retirement plan around is crumbling, and nobody is telling you the truth about it. Let me start with bonds. For decades, financial advisors told retirees to move money into bonds because they are safe. They are stable. They pay a steady income. But let me ask you something. What happens to bonds when interest rates go up? They lose value. And what has been happening? Interest rates have been on a roller coaster. The Federal Reserve has been raising rates, then holding them, then everyone is guessing what they're going to do next. And every time rates move, bond values swing. That is not stability. That is a gamble. And here's the part that really makes me furious. Even when bonds are paying you interest, that interest rate is not keeping up with inflation. Let me give you a real example. If your bonds are paying you 3% a year, but inflation is running at 4 or 5 or 6%, you are losing money. You're going backwards. Your purchasing power is shrinking. That is not a retirement strategy. That is a slow motion disaster. Now, let's talk about the stock market. I love the stock market. I have made a fortune in the stock market, but I am not 70 years old and living on a fixed income. If you are a retiree, you do not have time to wait for the market to recover from a crash. When you are 30 or 40, you can ride out a bear market. You can wait 5 or 10 years for your portfolio to come back. But when you are 70 or 75 or 80, you need that money now. You need it to pay for your health care, your housing, your food. You cannot afford to watch your portfolio drop 30 or 40% and just hope it comes back before you run out of money. And let me tell you something else. The stock market is more volatile now than it has been in years. We have got companies valued at insane levels. We have got speculation everywhere. We have got artificial intelligence hype, cryptocurrency crashes, meme stocks. This is not a rational market. This is a casino. And if you are betting your retirement on it, you better be prepared to lose. But the biggest threat to retirees is not bonds or stocks. It is the dollar itself. The United States dollar is the reserve currency of the world. That has been true for decades. But that status is under attack. Countries around the world are starting to trade in other currencies. They are moving away from the dollar. And every time that happens, the value of your dollars goes down. Think about it this way. If you have got $100,000 in the bank and the dollar loses 10% of its value, you just lost $10,000. You did not spend it. Snorts, you did not invest it badly. You just lost it because the currency you are holding got weaker. That is what inflation does. That is what happens when governments print money to pay their debts. And the United States government is printing money like never before. We have got deficits in the trillions. We have got debt that we can never pay back. And the only way the government knows how to deal with it is to print more money and hope the problem goes away. But it does not go away. It just gets passed on to you. So what do? How do you protect yourself? This is where gold comes in. Gold does not care what the Federal Reserve does. Gold does not care about interest rates or inflation or government debt. Gold is gold. It has been valuable for 5,000 years. And it is going to be valuable for the next 5,000 years. When the dollar loses value, gold goes up. When people lose confidence in paper currencies, they buy gold. It is the ultimate safe haven. Now, I know some of you are sitting there thinking, but Kevin, gold does not pay dividends. It does not pay interest. You are right. It does not. But let me ask you this. Would you rather have an asset that pays you 2% interest while it loses 5% of its value? Or would you rather have an asset that holds its value and protects your purchasing power? I will take the second option every single time. Here is what I recommend. Every retiree should have at least 10% of their portfolio in physical gold, not paper gold, not some exchange-rated fund that says it is backed by gold, physical gold, coins, bars, something you can hold in your hand. Because when the financial system gets shaky, you want real assets. You want something that cannot be erased by a computer glitch or a bank failure. And if you are really concerned about the direction of the economy, if you are seeing the same warning signs I am seeing, then you should consider putting 20 or even 30% of your portfolio into gold and other hard assets. I am not saying sell everything. I am saying protect yourself. Diversification is not just about owning different stocks. It is about owning different types of assets. And gold is the anchor. It is the foundation. But here is the part that most people miss. Timing matters. Right now, gold is still accessible. The price is high, but it is not at the levels it could reach if we have a real financial crisis. If you wait until everyone is panicking, until the headlines are screaming about economic collapse, it is going to be too late. The price will be through the roof, and you will be paying a premium just to get in. The smart money is moving into gold right now. Central banks around the world are buying gold. They are stockpiling it. Why? Because they know it is coming. They know the dollar is in trouble. They know the global financial system is fragile. And if the central banks are protecting themselves with gold, should not you be doing the same thing? I want to address something heathen, because I know there are people watching this who are skeptical. They are thinking, Kevin, this sounds like fear-mongering. You are trying to scare me into buying gold. Let me be very clear. I do not care if you buy gold or not. I am not selling you gold. I am not getting a commission. I am telling you what I see as someone who has spent my entire life building and protecting wealth, and what I see is a retirement crisis that nobody is talking about. Honestly, the financial media will not tell you this because they are sponsored by the big brokerage firms who want you to keep your money in their accounts. Your financial advisor will not tell you this because they make fees on managing your stocks and bonds, not on you owning physical gold. So who is to tell you? I am, because I do not work for them. I work for myself, and I am telling you what I would do if I were in your shoes. Now, let me give you the practical steps. First, educate yourself. Do not just take my word for it. Go look at what gold has done during every major financial crisis in history. Look at what happened in 2008, in 2000, in the 1970s. Gold protects wealth when everything else is falling apart. Second, talk to a reputable precious metals dealer. Not some guy on the internet promising you secret deals. A legitimate dealer who has been in business for years. You want to buy physical gold coins or bars, American Eagles, Canadian maple leafs. These are recognized everywhere. You want something that is easy to sell if you ever need to. Third, store it properly. You can keep some at home in a safe, but if you are buying significant amounts, you want professional storage. A safety deposit box, a private vault. Something secure, because the whole point of owning gold is to protect your wealth, and you cannot do that if someone steals it. Fourth, do not put all your eggs in one basket. I am not telling you to sell everything and buy gold. I am telling you to rebalance. If you have got $500,000 in retirement savings, put $50,000 or $100,000 into gold. Keep the rest diversified, but make sure gold is part of the mix. Now, let me tell you what happens if you do not do this. If you ignore this warning, if you stick with the same old strategy, you're going to watch your purchasing power erode. You're going to watch your retirement savings buy less and less. And one day, you're going to wake up and realize you cannot afford a retirement you planned for. You are going to have to cut back. You are going to have to make sacrifices. And it is going to be too late to fix it. I have seen this happen to people. I have watched retirees who thought they had enough money suddenly struggling because inflation ate away at their savings. It is heartbreaking, and it is avoidable. But avoiding it requires you to take action now. Not next month, not next year. Now, the longer you wait, the more expensive gold gets and the more your dollars lose value. Here is the bottom line. You worked your entire life to build your retirement. You sacrificed. You saved. You did everything you were supposed to do. And now the system is failing you. The government is failing you. The financial industry is failing you, but you do not have to be a victim. You can take control. You can protect yourself. Gold is not a magic solution. It is not going to make you rich overnight, but it is going to preserve your wealth. It is going to give you stability in an unstable world. And when the next financial crisis hits, and it will hit, you are going to be glad you listened. I want to leave you with one final thought. Wealth is not about how much money you make. It is about how much you keep. It is about protecting what you have earned. And in this environment, protection is everything. The people who survive financial crisis are not the ones who take the biggest risks. They are the ones who prepare. They are the ones who see danger coming and get out of the way. I am telling you, danger is coming. The warning signs are everywhere. The debt, the inflation, the instability. You can ignore it or you can prepare for it. The choice is yours. Now, I need you to do something for me. If you found this information valuable, if you think other retirees need to hear this, smash that like button. Leave a comment below and tell me, do you own gold? Are you planning to buy some? Let me know what you think. And if you have not already, subscribe to this channel right now. But do not just subscribe, become a member. When you become a member, you are supporting the kind of honest financial advice that you cannot get anywhere else. You are helping us build a community of people who care about protecting their wealth. We need you in this fight. The financial system is broken, and the only way we fix it is by educating people and giving them the tools they need to protect themselves. That is what this channel is about. That is what I am about. So join us, become a member. Let's build something real together. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking your financial future seriously. The road ahead is not easy. There are going to be challenges. There are going to be surprises. But if you prepare now, if you take the steps I have outlined, you're going to be okay. You are going to protect what you have earned, and you are going to sleep better at night, knowing that your retirement is secure. Remember, in business and in life, you only get what you negotiate. And right now, you need to negotiate with reality. Reality is telling you the old rules do not work anymore. Reality is telling you that you need to adapt. So adapt. Buy gold. Protect your wealth. And do not let anyone tell you that you're being paranoid or foolish. You are being smart. You are being prepared. And that is the only way to win in this game. Now, go take action. Your retirement depends on